Alrighty. Hello. I have, my name is May, or I also go by meatcube, and, I have wanted to make videos for a really long time, and I haven't, because, I had a shitty mic, or I didn't know how to, screen cap, or anything like that. But recently, I've not been feeling very good. And so fuck it. I figure it's better to, half-ass it than no-ass it, and, never have done it. So, I'm gonna give it a shot, and we'll see how it turns out. So, I've got this is the dimensions that I was using, 24 by 16, because I really like this, rectangle, even though I don't really use it very often. And then for my layer 1, I just dropped a black background in, because I have been really enjoying working on black recently. So, I've been thinking, let's just draw, a tree, because, like I said, I haven't been feeling great, and when I was little, not even little, when I was in high school, I used to, draw trees whenever I was feeling like this. So I'm gonna see if maybe that will help. I drew this too big already, but I've just recently swapped to digital from doing traditional stuff. So I'm really enjoying getting to do shit like that, where I just oh, I drew it too big, let's just go and chop it lower, I don't think I well, I don't know. Let's see, what do I think? So this is what I'm doing right now, is just kind of a rough draft. I'm just gonna, I don't think I like the way that this spot bends. But what I'm doing right now is just a rough draft. You notice I'm using a pretty big brush. Well, it doesn't show right now because I'm using the eraser, but what I've been doing recently is using a big brush to do the a rough draft. And I've never really done this with a tree, honestly. Usually I draw trees from life, but I don't have a tree in front of me, and it's very dark outside right now. So, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to kind of spitball it and apply the stuff that I've been doing with, I'm doing a lot of character design stuff recently, and I'm curious to see how well that'll kind of translate. Paint a design on the side for you, mister. And then I like this. Makes me think that maybe this tree is really big. So let's even put couple little houses down at the bottom to really push that scale. I don't like that one though. That's another thing that's super useful about digital's fucking Control-Z, baby. I like that size, but I don't like the sort of layout of it. See, I think, let's go. Let's put something right in here, and then we can have some Maybe like a little path. Ooh, what if we put some cars next to it? That'd be interesting. Usually when we do like a big tree, it implies like a fantasy setting. So it would be kind of interesting to have it be more like modern than you'd expect. Oh, now that I've put it in a pot, it looks very small. And I kind of like that too. Let's go with that, actually. So that's much cuter. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. Like, since, like, high schoolish. Once again, I keep saying, like, when I was a kid, and then I'm talking about, like, when I was, like, a teenager, but, you know, either way. Which I would have pissed me off when I was a teenager, but, you know, I'm not a teenager anymore, so I can say what I want. But I always wanted to make videos, you know, because I was watching, like, Game Grumps or whatever the fuck. I wanted to be, like, a Let's Player. Fucking Tobuscus before all that shit came out about him. But, I always figured, like, oh, well, you know, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, and I don't have, like, a good mic, and then I got a little older, and it's like, well, I came out as trans, and it's like, I've heard that, you know, trans people get hit with a lot of hate online. So I was like, well, you know, would anybody even want to see or hear, like, what I've got to say, what I've got to, you know, show people? And, like, maybe they won't. But recently I've been kind of feeling suicidal. So, like, I don't have a whole lot to lose, you know? It's like, if I really want to kill myself, then, like, might as well do something cool, you know? I think I'm gonna make this, like, a little, it's okay that this is a little wonky, because this is a rough draft. Let's make a guide layer. So, I really like to keep my layers organized. It helps me out a lot. And we'll set the guide to get my camera's in the way a bit, so. Okay, here we go. I had a little, screw up with my recording software when I went to, like, move my, gotta move this a little down, actually. So that well, rats. Okay, that should be fine. And then I can just scooch this over. My little recording bar thing is in the way of some of my layer stuff. And so I went to, like, make the window for the whole program smaller, and then the recording program stopped working. Because it was like, hey, you're not in that window anymore. So I had to go fix that real quick. But on the plus side, I got to, right now I'm working on my guide layer. But on the plus side, I got to go and check and make sure that my, like, audio levels and stuff were working. And they were, which is good. It means I won't have to start over again in a second. Okay, and then, so what I'm doing here is perspective lines. You set a point where, so, the way, here, let me do it the way that, like, my art teacher would tell me. So this is, I'm working on my guide layer. I set it low opacity so that I can kind of it'll be like a gray on my white like this. And then I don't have to, it won't get mixed up so much. Once again, it's okay that it's not like a perfect line. I'm going to draw that a little quicker, but... so this is going to function as my horizon line. And then, because I want to do like a little windowsill here, what I'm going to do is take the corner of this and connect it to here. And that will create the illusion that's moving like deeper into the field and sort of away from us. It'll give us that sense of depth. If you've like had any like I didn't have like a I just did art in high school. I didn't go to like school for it past that, but if you've had any like schooling in art like that, you've probably heard that a bajillion times. But it's a very useful tool if you haven't. Basically, so like horizontal is always going to be horizontal. Like this line is, because it's like facing us directly, and it's like just left to right. It's always going to be left to right. And vertical is the same, like because it's going to work on, that's sort of the flat plane axis of like if you held a picture in front of your face, it would like, you know, it's like it looks like a square in front of you. But if you want to move deeper, you have to follow sort of the perspective lines. So pick a point on the horizon where everything's going to disappear to, and then, so like if I wanted to make like a wall here, I could just do like this, and then, and boom, my tree's in a tunnel. But I don't really want to put it in a tunnel right now. But, you know, in case some people watching this didn't know that trick. What do I want to do next? I think I might put a cat here. I think that'd be cute. I don't know if if I can do a cat, but, you know, we'll give it a shot. Put like a little tail there, and have them kind of yeah, we'll do like that. Little back tail and the little paw stretched out. And that should be good enough. Maybe like hang it over the edge like that. So one of the cool things about the way that I've started to work, that like I've only found because of digital, is you can just kind of and you'll see later, but I just kind of draw like a sloppy version of what I'm gonna do in this like really big pen. I was kind of talking about this earlier, but I don't. That eye placement got me. Maybe no eyes. I think I kind of like that, at least for now. But you can just draw a sloppy version on a bigger, with a bigger pen, and then what I do is, once I'm done with this layer, I'll go in with a smaller pen on another layer. I'll set this to a lower opacity, and then I'll just fucking add a bunch of details that I wanted to add. Ooh, okay. So now that I'm looking at it, this windowsill kind of looks like an outside windowsill rather than like an inside windowsill. So I might kind of lean into that a little bit. Ooh. I like this song that came on. I'm gonna play this album actually. Right now I'm listening to Exuma, the Obeah Man by Exuma. So now we've got kind of this, like, it's like a weird looking, I don't know, I might just do like I think I might cut these out and just do like this kind of thing. What do you think about that? Yeah, I kind of like that. And then maybe we'll put some like texturing on there. Lightning bolt. Okay, so where do I want to go from here? I think that I'm going to do like a brick kind of vibe on the outside at least. Yeah, I kind of like the idea that maybe this is outside and maybe we get a little peek into the house. Okay. So, brick is super fucking easy. And I'll try to, I don't really know how to, I haven't really done any video editing or anything, but I'll try to put the music and see if that, like, I know YouTube's picky about, music copyrights, so maybe I'll just have to put, like, a clip or something, but, I'll try to put the music in if I remember to, but really my, priority right now is just to make something and get it out, I'm trying not to, get so perfectionist-y about, what I present to people. So like I said, that's been kind of I don't know if I said that, but been kind of a problem for me for a while. So what I'm doing here is, like, just setting up the brick. An interesting thing about, like, brick layout is that it always, like, not always, but, kind of standard brick is, like, the division between one brick and the other usually falls in the middle of the other brick, or the brick, like, directly above and below it. Little brick hack for you, in case you needed one. I also like bricks because they're always a little bit imperfect. So even if you draw a little bit imperfect, it doesn't super fuck it up. Water from the fiery sea, I'm Exuma. Alright, and then I think I want to do like a classic, like, cross window vibe. Let's try that out and see what we think. I really like, a lot of people, whenever they're drawing, they kind of make a plan and then deliver the plan. I kind of like that. Honestly, I might just put shades down and leave it at this. And move into the next stage. Maybe I should start streaming, because I keep wanting to go like, what do you guys think? But you guys can't talk back right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do real quick is... Here we go. You ready for this? This is gonna bring it in a little. Let's grab these perspective lines, and we'll even make a couple more. Bam! Okay, and I love playing with perspective. Recently, I've been drawing a lot of, like, like dungeons because I play a lot of like D&D, and I'm really like enamored with the old like first person dungeon crawler style, like fucking. I was just watching this video on Ultima, the Stygian Abyss. I forget the perfect name or like the exact name of it, but and I haven't even like played the fucking game, but I watched like a multi-hour long YouTube documentary on it. If I, same thing as with the music. If I remember to, then I'll post the guy's name in the description or something, or put it up on the screen, or whatever I think to do. But I really, really love the. I mean, also like Skyrim, Morrowind, like the Elder Scrolls series. But I'm really focused on the dungeon crawly aspects, like because I really like the imagery of like maneuvering through tunnels and goblins and dorks and finding a +1 dagger. I've been really into old school D&D specifically recently. I started talking and I just stopped trying to figure out what the fuck I was gonna do. Okay, well, if I wanted to appear in, what would I do? Maybe like a person? I don't really like drawing people very much. I don't know what I would want this person doing. Maybe, oh, is this about to get sad? I'd make these two like arguing with each other. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's another cool thing about art, is you will just straight up fucking reveal your shit to yourself. Okay. I think I want this head to be a little bigger. And I think what I'm gonna do I'm gonna give one of them long hair and one of them short hair. I might just make this guy a wizard, if I'm being honest. Let's do that. Let's see what that fucking looks like. I like this framing. It's going to be really striking. Wow, a slave to your heart, slave to your head. Let's make this kind of kind of hanging out and with his like arm raised. Extension. And then it's gonna kind of hang down, and we'll just see the face here. I want it to be pointed at this person. I haven't really drawn a whole bunch of people. I'll make it dumb. I'll make it blind. Ooh, I really like how that's turning out. Sometimes with, one of the things that I really like about working with like a big brush and then kind of bringing it in is that a lot of times there's this like ambiguity of form. So like we'll make this like the hairline. So it's like ambiguity of form that can actually be very useful because, you know, you can see what you're looking for in there. So like I can see the lips, nose, eye, and the eyebrows there. And it doesn't have to be super detailed for me to get the impression of it. And then later when I come in, all I have to do is sort of explain what I see. Okay, cool. Wizard. Are your Dungeon Dragons? And then we'll put the king over here. Or maybe we just give this thing horns. I kind of like this as like horns rather than a crown on, if I'm being honest. That sounds kind of more interesting. So I know that I'm gonna put horns up here. What kind of hair? So this is like a demon thing. I'm developing OCs as we speak. And we can kind of soft draw this out. I'm kind of getting the impression that this is like a dress. Zombie don't ever get old. And then we'll just put hands down here, sort of super quick, and see how that goes. And we'll deal with hands later. Like Papa, I see fire in it. Like Papa, I see fire in it. Make the eyebrows. Like I said, I haven't really done. Oh, I think I'm gonna cut the sleeve off here and make the hand doing something. Just color it white for now. In my spit, in your spit, and nothing's from the pit. Okay. They probably should be a little further back for the perspective to be right. So let's see if we can do that without fucking up this whole dealio. I like the idea that just the heads are kind of above this. Like, it feels very, symbolic. No. Don't turn it. Okay. I think it's fine. Oh, is this? Yeah. My guy got hidden. Okay, and then we'll grab the body. Mm-hmm. 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 Gotta do it again. Mm-hmm. I see fire in her. Oh no, now we can see the hand. Which means we have to decide what the hand is doing. Right now I see it just giving like a little thumbs up. So I think I'm just gonna stick with that. Because a lot of my art is very exploratory, pretty much every fucking thing that I end up drawing says something about my emotional state. Or my fucking gender, my mental illness, or whatever the fuck you want to call it this week, you know? Whichever one, you know, whatever the fuck I'm working on this week. Or I'm not working on, you know? Sometimes that's the things that pop up. Oof, this one's gonna be a little nasty. But, so right now, it's a kind of something that I have found a lot of use in, and other queer artists might feel similarly. I kind of make art from the gut, and then I psychoanalyze it from there and figure out what it means on the back end, you know? So, we'll see how much this ends up kind of meaning by the end of it. This no longer looks like a dress, it kind of looks more like, I'm kind of getting more cargo shorts vibes. I love putting a character in cargo shorts. I used to wear cargo shorts a lot when I was a kid. Because, like, you could buy them big and then, like, quote unquote, grow into them. They're not even quote unquote, really. I actually would grow into them, you know? And they're rough and tumble and they could handle me fucking doing whatever bullshit I was getting up to. Okay, so, but now we've got this back room back here on the inside that we gotta sort of deal with. Like, I could just leave it black, but I don't want to. I think what I'm gonna do, make sure I'm working on the right layer. I think I like the idea that there's a wall here, and then go up from there. It's gonna be a really weird one. Just cut across there. And this is definitely modeled on, like, the house that I grew up in to some degree. It doesn't have to be super crazy because we're not going to see that much of it. I think there's like a light fixture, like, we'll put it like, well, because if I put it here, it's going to look weird in relation to this. So maybe here's what we'll do. We'll put the cabinets up here. Something that people have complimented me on semi-consistently within my life that has always confused me is my, like, my fucking, like, bravery. My, like, ability to be myself no matter what. And the reason that confused me is because I just fucking assumed that that's what we were all doing, you know? Like, You know, no wonder things were fucking hard. Everybody else is wearing 40 masks, and I am trying to put my real face out there. I'm like, but it feels fucking crazy to hear that, have that realization, and go, oh well, you know, better find a good mask. Like, you stupid? Like, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Oh, did I fuck the perspective on this? I think I did. Yonk. Yeah, it's close but no cigar. Oops. I have no idea how long this fucking video is gonna end up going. But you know, we'll find out. Something that I noticed is kind of funny as I keep working, like when I started off with the tree, I'm very like, wah, you know, using sort of the full width of the 50. But, this is pressure sensitive. I've got a pressure sensitive drawing pad, in case anything was like, you know, that was unclear. You'll probably know if you'll found this video, but, you know. But as I keep working, and I found this with other, like, pieces as well, I slowly start to develop, like, a more delicate sort of hand to it. Which is kind of funny, so the lines will get thinner and thinner. And then, do I even want to put the counter in behind? I don't. Maybe I put it at the bottom here, but I don't think I need to put it at the top. There was like a little bar shelf sort of thing here in the room that I'm imagining. So sort of here, and then it would go forward along this and pull along there. So I guess I don't really need to because it's going to be blocked by the tree and the body. Then I just need the bottom of the fridge here. And I think that is it for our like sketch layer. Oh no, I do want to put that in here, I think. Cabinet thing. What? Okay, and then yeah. Might be a little unclear what it is in the background for people that didn't see my fucking, you know, kitchen growing up. But you know, it's more for me and getting art made than legibility necessarily even. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking here is I'm gonna put some like tile in. Ooh, I know. I need to make the wall back here so that it doesn't just disappear into the void. Drop this down like that. See if that, yeah, okay, cool. Now it feels like there's a whole nother room past this little thing here. Okay. And just like that. You know, just like that. It's like 45 minutes later or whatever. But, I don't know where to put this even. I'll just make a new folder for video stuff. And we'll throw it in there. Demon. So, wizard, demon, well no, tree, cat, and tree. And it feels very relevant that, like, the cat is paired with the wizard and the tree is paired with this demon creature. You know, I don't really know what that means yet, but it does feel relevant. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a little break here and go grab like a soda or something. And then, I'll be back. See y'all in a second. Boop boop boo. I'm back. Oops, didn't mean to do that. One of the perks of not streaming and instead just doing like a, doing it the way I'm doing it, is that I can take an hour to go eat, and also I can record this at fucking midnight instead of at a time when, people are awake to stream. Okay, cool. So I'm into the next level of stuff. My recording bar thing is like right up here, but it doesn't show that on the recording. So, but it blocks like this window behind here, so I have to pull it out. But then you guys can't see what I'm doing with that window, which is goofy. But I'm making a new layer. I'm gonna have to pull it out, but I'm gonna set the opacity of my base layer down to like 45-ish is fine. And then we start on the new layer. So I think I'm gonna go down to 15. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna start with the kitty. For you, mister, I'll paint a design. I always like when kitties have like fluffy ears like this. I'll paint a design. Or a fire-breathing dragon. I'll paint a design on your wagon. Yuck. Give him the squinty, sleepy kitty eyes. It might look a little goblinoid. I have more practice drawing goblins than kitties. But it kind of looks like a rat. But that's okay. I think it'll still read. I don't think I like the legs split like this. I think what I'm gonna do is do like that. Yeah, and do like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay, what does that look like? Yeesh, okay. Let's pull this a little wider, I think. Yeah! I like that. And honestly, I think I can just get rid of this, like, leg altogether. Womp. And the cool thing about doing a piece that has like so much like patterning to it, like I was just pointing at the screen, but y'all can't see that, Lamel. It has so much like patterning to it, is that nobody's gonna sweat the super details. So long as it reads, nobody's gonna care. Because they'll see, you know, people's eyes, like especially people that don't do a lot of art, are not nearly as trained as your eyes are when you're doing the art. Like if I go in and hand draw each of these bricks, which is probably what I'm going to do, it's not going to take nearly as long as you might expect. But people will see that and, you know, be really, really impressed by that, even though it's a simple task that's just sort of repeated again and again. Whereas, like, really, if somebody drew a good cat, I would be more impressed than, you know, if somebody made a whole bunch of bricks. But maybe that's just because of, you know, maybe that's just the grass is greener kind of thing. My cat just opened my bedroom door, so I'm gonna go close that real quick. I think maybe a little lump there to imply the back leg. We'll see. How does that read? I think I'm gonna do this and make the fluff imply that the fluff kind of rounds it around. Like, be a little chubbier. Yeah. How's that? Yeah, I like that. Okay. The door. I'll be right back in just a second. Hi, Munchkin. No, Goobus. I don't want the door open. She's a little Goobus. She just likes having the door open so that she can leave, but then she'll just go and she'll just hang out at the end of my bed anyway. The fucking apartment that I'm in is kind of cheap and a little shitty. It's like in a good spot, but it's kind of cheap and shitty, and it's like old, I guess. I don't even know if it's like actually old, but like I hope so. Make things make more sense. But my door doesn't shut all the way. It looks like it's probably because they painted over the hinge of, over the the doorway enough times that it got fucked up. So now that we've got kind of our base layer done, we can go in with a smaller pen on this new layer and add a little bit of detail wherever we want it. I think this might be the style of shading that I end up using for this. There's just kind of these lines. Originally I was thinking maybe I'll color it, but I don't know, I'm kind of digging on this like graphic-y kind of style of just the like black on white. Whoa! What the fuck? Okay. Hey, quit that. Sometimes my shit glitches out like that. Hey. Okay. There we go. I think it's fixed up enough now. Aha! Okay, yeah. Sometimes it'll glitch out. I don't really know what does that. But it's pretty easy to fix, so I haven't been super peeved about it. I'm probably getting too detailed for if I want to do another layer, so I might end up just making this the end layer. Give him some kerfuffles. How does that read? Does that stop it from... No, just kind of scruffy. Perfect. Just kind of want to emphasize that little dip. Just to put some shapes in here. Same thing with over here. So we've kind of set a rhythm of like how far shapes are from each other. And so now I think, yeah, there we go. So we don't want too much negative space in there, or else it'll make it feel kind of inconsistent. I'm not sure if I like that better or not, honestly. I think I'm going to take these ones out. Yeah, and leave it like that. I like that they're kind of, it's kind of scruffy. Sketch layer. I usually would not leave the tree like this, but I also haven't really got another plan for like how to get away from this like abstracted bushness. So I'm gonna just leave it. How's that look? Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I kind of got distracted there a little bit. Taken in by the treeness. Hey, treeness. It's like, usually I use drawing as like kind of a meditative practice. So for a lot of it, I'm usually very in my own head. But something that's kind of funny is like, most of what I'm doing in my own head is pretending that I'm talking to somebody. And so like, you kind of expect that it would be natural to like, to be able to like draw and talk at the same time. It's like, if like I've already got all that kind of chatter going on. Oh, I like this. This kind of forms like a little face. So maybe I'll emphasize that and I'll create a couple more tree faces. This kind of looks like a smile almost. Or like, yeah. Let's make this, yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Gonna hide some faces in here. I don't know really about hide, but, you know, you'll get what I mean. I don't know that people would read that if I didn't say it, but, you know, I do kind of like it. Nope. I like this one. Kind of looks like it's like an eye, nose, mouth, and then kind of some hair and maybe an earring. Like I said, I don't think that most people will notice that kind of thing, but drawing's for me first, and everybody else comes after that. So, if I think it looks like fun to put a little face in there, I'm gonna put a little face in there. Oh yeah, I really like how like cloudy and poofy it looks. I really like how this turned out. It's got a fun like sort of cartoony style to it. This video is going to be long if I do it all as one. I might split it into like two and do like the sketch part that I did first, and then I can do this part that's in sort of the thinner pen layer as like a part two. That way it'll be like two 45-minute ones instead of like a, you know, one like 3-hour long video or something. Yeah, I really like the style that the tree is kind of helping me develop. So, I really like that. I do think there should be a little, like, something else going on. Maybe let's put a little worm over here. I wanted to have that little worm band be like an earthworm that has somehow managed to get up here. Yeah. I like that. How'd you get up there, little guy? Oh. Okay. Where to next? Just get the windowsill down. I have seen a lot of people that get very worried about the lines being straight when they're trying to draw something that has a straight line in real life. Which, like, I get if you're looking for, like, professionalism. But, I don't know, I very much tend to be, like, a style-first kind of person when it comes to art. Because, like, if you draw, like, if I draw this tree and I draw it perfectly, then, if I'm not the only person that can draw perfectly, which drawing something perfectly is already, like, not gonna fucking happen, but even if I draw it close enough that people think it's perfect, I'm probably not the only person that can do that. Because anything that's skill reliant, people have had hundreds and hundreds and fucking however many years to work on it. And you're probably not lucky enough to be the only person that knows that specific technique or, that has put that much time in or whatever. But the way that these lines wiggle is something that only my hand can do. Like, anybody could draw like a worm or whatever, but the fact that I'm not being super perfectionate about it is actually the thing that makes it interesting. Like the fact that my art is uniquely mine. That people can't just make a copy of it. People can't just, you would have to put a lot of work into mimicking my style. And like, why would you do that? Like it wouldn't get you anything, because it would still just kind of be like, okay, well, why'd you do that? Like it's I don't know, like, because you could spend that time developing your own style, and then you've got your own style. If you dump all of this work into perfecting my style, then you've just got a shitty version of my style. That's not going to do anything for you. Originally, with these little, like, warbles, I was originally thinking of doing it as, like, the shadow of the tree, but I kind of like it as just this, like, rippling emanation. Like, I don't know, it feels good. It works with some symbology that I have used in other pieces of mine. Which I don't really know if I've got a way to show you all that right now. Sometimes when I draw on a long line like that, I have to kind of hold my breath, so I talk a lot less. But yeah, I've got this piece, so I've been working on a series of paintings, like traditional paintings, based on the major arcana. And the lovers piece that I ended up doing was these two sort of outstretched hands, kind of you know, like, or, well, that's not right, but it'd be like this, basically. And then there's these, like, kind of orbs in the center. One of them's pink and the other one's blue, and the pink one is like a sun, I think. The other one is like a moon. I think I got them backwards. And then there's like the eclipse in the background that does sort of both of them. Like this. Ooh, but it looks kind of like this. So I think that these two, with these sort of emanations, is kind of working from the same like energetic archetype or what have you. Okay. Now we'll raise like a little ridge. Because there's always like a little bump when it comes to like windows, you know, around the edge. They can't just set the pane straight in there. Wah, 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 wah. Put like another one. Something that is a little weird about digital as opposed to traditional is sometimes I'll try to turn my pad and the image obviously doesn't fucking turn, which is a little wonky. There's definitely some adjustment. Oops. There's definitely some adjustment that has to happen too. Oh, I don't like that. It's got like a little lump. There we go. That's better. Nobody else is gonna, nobody would notice that, but, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I keep trying to turn my pad, and it fucking doesn't work. But besides that, it's like way more intuitive of a shift than I would have expected. Oh, this one's gonna be wobbly. We'll draw it out and then back out and see if we like it or not. Sometimes it's kind of cool to have some wobbles to it. Yeah, I honestly kind of like that. Like, it's definitely not straight, but that kind of adds something. Because it kind of, like when there's like wobbly lines in the cat, these kind of being in the straight lines kind of justify that, like, oh yeah, everything in the piece, everything in the world of this piece kind of has that wobble to it. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble. Okay. Something that I think took me a long time to understand is like a lot of people, whenever they judge art, they're judging it kind of by two metrics at the same time, and they don't tell you that. Like, there's like, oh, this is so creative, I never would have thought of that. And then there's like, this is so technically sound, and I never, like, would have been able to do this. You know, and not necessarily I never would have been able to do this, because you can receive those compliments from other artists and stuff, but the, like, I think that there is for a long time places where there were aspects of my work where I was technically sound, and I had developed my style, but I had not developed my, like ability to represent things visually, you know? So, even when people were complimenting my technique, they were kind of complimenting my, like, my technique within my originality, if that makes any sense. Like, they were complimenting my ability to draw this weird thing that I came up with. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but... Oh, I guess, because now I've gotten some more practice drawing more representative stuff. And, like, you know, I'm no realist. A lot of the stuff that I draw is very, like... It's got very, like... stony kind of vibes, or like pop arty, lowbrow kind of vibes, I guess is like a way to say that. And a lot of my stuff has for a while, but I've kept that style when I moved into more representational stuff. I think that is more true to the... Nope. Lamel. Haha. The benefits of the... Ooh, I don't actually want that where it means that. I want that. Where? So, I want it to be a little bit off, so that it looks like it meets here, behind this little frame thing that I've built, rather than here, and like, because I've got it here, meeting at the ground here, rather than meeting in the frame. Sort of implies that this cross structure goes further than goes a little further down than the outside frame. Which is closer to the way that I imagine it. I think so. I do want this to match up. Yeah. As I get into the more detailed stuff, it's a little harder to talk. But the whole thing has not been nearly as difficult as I might expect. And I'm feeling a lot better than I was feeling when I started. Which is a good sign that I'm on the right path. It's like... Oh, yeah, I like that. I might add some... This is kind of unclear, and I've already done the line shading down here, so I might do something like this. Though I'll need the guide on for that. Okay. Oop. Oh, okay, that's on the guide layer, so it's fine. Sweet. Wow. Schwa. Schwa. Bum. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I was at the beginning of this process. And I really thought that I needed somebody to talk to about it, but it's kind of hard when, like, I've already been talking about the way that I feel to my friends, you know? Like, the thing that everybody says when you say, like, you know, I want to kill myself. Everybody talks about, like, oh, reach out to your friends, reach out to your friends. It's like, okay, but, like, when they already know what's going on, what then? Like, what am I supposed to talk about? Like, oh yeah, it still sucks. Like, they know. Like, am I just supposed to keep shouting, like, I'm in pain again and again until somebody comes and fixes it? Like, what if it's not gonna be fixed? Am I just supposed to do that forever? Like, that doesn't seem right. So, but I think honestly, just talking, like, with the sort of implication that somebody's listening. You know, even if I put this up and nobody watches, like, it feels like somebody's watching, it feels like somebody's listening, it feels like I'm talking to somebody. And that helps. So, thanks for listening if you are watching me throw a bunch of little lines. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, edit out the silent spots or whatever, but I'm hopeful that there's not too many of them. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing sort of the perspective of the top one and then the bottom, or like the halfway mark. And then I get like a couple. Actually, yeah. Just gonna subdivide it down until. And then once it gets to this point, nobody's looking too hard because I've got a million of these fucking lines. But it'll give that nice, like clear indication that it's moving back. Because over here, having these three lines next to each other, even with this up here, it just wasn't reading very clearly. So, and I really want people to be able to tell that it goes in, you know? Oops. I forgot my perspective. But I think I can just get away without erasing this time. But yeah. Good enough. I really like art because it gives me kind of a break. Because when you half-ass something in art, you know, quote-unquote half-ass it, if you're making art, you're already fucking ahead of the game. Most people aren't making art, which is a travesty. But, when you make art and you half-ass it, or you do it poorly, or, you know, it's imperfect, then you've made a piece of art that only you could make. It's like, it's really hard to mirror or copy a mistake. So, it's kind of got, like, if it's something that you fucked up, like, only you can fuck it up like that. So it's got your stank on it. It's got your fingerprint in it, you know? Bloop, 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 bloop. Little lines. This second part is going to be probably a whole lot longer than the first part, because there's a lot more detail to it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. So sometimes when I'm really feeling it, I really want the piece to be detailed, I'll do all of this, and then I'll set up another layer and go down to like a 7 or a 4. But I really like the way that this one is turning out, so this is probably going to end up being the level that the final piece is made at. Yeah, I mean... Whew. It's hard to remember to breathe when I'm doing, like, really detailed stuff like that. Or just fucking when I'm talking, honestly. Bah. All the way down there. This creates kind of like a cross beam. I like that it looks like this one is kind of bolted into this one. That's kind of cool. Alright. Y'all ready for the other side? Woo woo! Okay. Yeah. And because we've got this line here already, we can just follow that right out. I don't even have to pull the guide back up. This side is going to be a little deeper in than the other side was. But that's fine. I think that reads fine. Oh yeah, that's going to read fine. Yeah, because this is further away from the perspective, it actually needs to be a little wider. Because, like, you know, so like this. So we can see that the angle here is much shorter, which means that this, like, wall is going to be thinner, or appear to be thinner, than this wall is. Like, because it's got kind of a shallower angle, if that makes sense. I really like how this is coming out. Very happy with this. So this needs... So this needs to match up with this side here. And then it needs to meet this corner. Plop! Yo. How's that work out? Yeah, I like that. Now we just gotta draw the little lines in. That's really super terrible. I just need to get... So I always have to, like, adjust the camera to make sure that my reference point is in frame, so that I can move from there. And that's part of the useful stuff about doing the sketch layer the way that we did. Is that for the angles, I don't really need to do the angles because I've already drawn them in the sketch layer. That is fucking... The fact that I can just keep this, like, guide layer up and turn it on and off whenever I need is huge. Like that is... There's no equivalent to that in traditional, like, art. For so long I had, like, I just wouldn't sketch stuff because, like, oh, well, if I like the way that it turns out, which, like, you know, if I put all this time and work into it, I'm probably gonna like the way that it turns out. And then I can't, what if I can't do it again, you know? There's a lot of stuff that I would do, I would just kind of start drawing. Like, I wasn't really super planning it. I mean, y'all saw at the beginning of this process, like, it's very much like a, oh, what are we gonna do today kind of thing, you know? And so, all the way over here. But so, like, you know, if I was gonna sketch that onto, like, a canvas or a piece or whatever, then I would have to erase that. Like, I would either need to sketch it directly onto the piece, in which case I've got to erase all of that crap, which might smudge up my stuff, or I would like draw it on a separate thing and then have to transfer it. But because I like just vibed it out the first time, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to rock it out a second time. So I think this guy reads as one of these because of the reputation here. So I'm just gonna curve this back around so that it becomes clearer that it's part of the tree. Yeah, there we go. Now it reads as part of the tree rather than part of the window frame. Pardon me. Okay. Drop. I really like how this is turning out. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. Do I want to do the inside or the bricks first? I think the bricks are going to be easier, so I'm going to do that first. And this. Whoop. Like I said before, if you're gonna draw every individual brick, which I am, they can be fast. Like, I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time on every brick because people aren't gonna be looking at every brick. They're just gonna see a brick wall. And like, even if you want to go inspecting bricks, like, it's gonna be pretty clear what I was intending. And that's really all I need for my purposes. Is just for you to get what I was going for. This part might be kind of, I don't know if it's going to be boring for y'all, but because it's very like meditative. And I'm just going to stop that line there so that we don't have to directly confront the tree. Yeah. I've done this process a lot for my like dungeon art that I was talking about before. Yeah. I've drawn a lot of bricks at this point. I'll probably do some of that on like a video at some point if I come back to this, because if I'm being honest, the process of making this video has been way easier and way more fun. So if you notice here, I'm going to cut myself off real quick, but if you notice here, I just like completely moved where this gap is. Then also up here, I had this line that like curved up in the original sketch, and I'm going to pull it out because I want it to be more horizontal. So little fixes at every step in the process. Yeah, the process of making this video has been much, much easier than I have always thought it would be, and like much more fun than I thought it would be as well. Because like I'm drawing all the time anyway, might as well like make it I could make like I could make two pieces of art at the same time. I could make the actual drawing and also the video, which is kind of cool. Plus, like, I've been trying to get my art shit, like, off the ground as a monetizable kind of thing for a minute. Like, because I'm disabled, like, my knees are really fucked up. And I got all kind of brain issues. Ooh, I really like this song. This song is Red Lady by Phil Cordell. So that if I go watch through and decide to edit stuff in later, I can find that. But yeah, I've been trying to get my art monetized for a while because my knees hurt a lot all the time. Like, every day. Which sucks. Ooh, I like the waviness that's kind of appearing on this side. That's fun. And then I had all sorts of mental illness problems as well, you know. Gotta have those. You know, the trauma. And I've just been really broke and poor for a really long time. Drawing has always been the one thing that I can kind of do, no matter how much I hurt, no matter how much, like, physically or emotionally, I guess. Oh, look at that. I really like how that's turning out. But yeah, so if I could, like, I was selling prints at local markets for a while, and then, like, I've started making shirts recently, but, it's just hard to get it to people and to get people, like, knowing that I've got it, you know? Like, and get it in front of somebody that wants to pay for it. Once I've got people in front of it, like, my art's good, you know? People want it. People are willing to pay for it, but you just gotta get to them. And I'm so fucking tech illiterate, like, which is why it took me so long to actually start making videos, you know? So I thought it was gonna be really hard, but I don't really think it's actually that hard. Okay, let's start in on this person. Okay. I haven't really done a whole lot of people before, so if this sucks, just keep quiet about it. Okay. See how that looks. Maybe like this instead. Yeah! Hell yeah. That's gonna look good. Yeah! So I'm trying to make sure that it keeps pointed that way. It's a little funky with the way that the nose... Oh, maybe if I pull this out, then it'll kind of help with the nose. The nose looks really kind of graphic still. Let's do... No. Got kind of a weird perspective on the face here. Because, like, the mouth is... Maybe the mouth is what's doing it. Okay. So what I did with the eye... Yeah, there we go. What I did with the eyes, I made this part like I normally would, and then just shortened this side to kind of point the face that way. So, I'm doing the same thing with this side of the mouth, and that has helped immensely. The nose is still a little funky, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Hope that there's enough other shit going on. Oh, yeah. That'll be fine, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. I kind of like how stoic that face feels. Looks stony, almost. Okay, and then okay, and then just kind of bring this out. How does that look? Yeah, I like how this is taking shape. And we're kind of drawing the cloak around here. It almost looks like a nun's habit a little bit. I am going to Google image search nun's habit real quick and see what that looks like. So I might just move it to that. Okay. Kind of. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it. I'll put this there and kind of hint it. And then we'll leave it like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Or kind of implies a nun's habit if you're looking for it, but doesn't really, could kind of be other roby type things. Nope. Need their shoulder in here. So I know that her shoulders are going to be sort of like at an angle, so I want to point it at this person over here. So I've drawn this little cross, like sort of from where one shoulder would be to where the other shoulder would be. And I can use that as a guide. Anywhere that cloth bends, there's going to be some wrinkles. And you can use that to bring some of those fun wobblies in. Like, I really like the pressure sensitivity. my speech pattern changes whenever I start working on something smaller, but I really like the pressure sensitivity because it is like more relevant in digital, like how hard you're pressing, than it is in a lot of physical work. Like and I'm just gonna make a little thumb here. Yonk. Oh, whoops, that might be the wrong way. Okay, and then I'll put the Sorry, I was checking my hand. Yeah. And then once again, because this is such a small part of the piece, don't really have to worry about getting it super perfect. Yeah. Ooh, that's a little funky. I think I want to erase this actually and leave. Yeah, and then I'll do like this. What the fuck? What's happening again? Oh, okay. Why? It's my touchscreen that's doing it. What the fuck? Oh. Fucking goofy. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna save this and see if it fucking... Okay, I'll see you on the flip side. So, I'm back, and it looks like it was not a fluke, or it was not like a glitch that's gonna go away. Which is annoying, because it went right through my fucking tree. Nope, wrong layer. There we go. Now I've got to carve these lines back out the way that I wanted. Oh, I guess I could just, like, erase them and then do them again. I think that might be easier. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Honestly, I might just do one, like, right here. Ba-bam! Dunsky. Oh, I'm still gotta do his hand. I don't want to do the hand. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new layer. Yeah. Womp, 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 womp. Okay. So I'm gonna turn down the opacity of this a little bit so that I can see it a little better. And we'll draw ourselves a little, like a sketch layer. Honestly, that's not bad. Okay. Now, all I did there was pull layer 2 back up, and then put layer 3, which is the sketch that I was here, back down. So now we can Now that we've got the basic shape set up, we can just do the details. How does that look? I kind of like that, yeah. Oh, that's going to be a little thick. Ah. And then we like that. And put the edge there. I have no idea if this is going to work the way that I want it to, but you know, it'll be fine. And the middle finger is a little longer than the other ones, so it always bumps out the most. I don't know if it's super useful to draw it that way. Might actually make it harder to, like, less legible, but you know, we do what we can. And then at the wrist, I know the hand tends to taper. I'll make the pinky basically non-existent. I think that'll do fine. It's not a little wonky. Yeah, it's a little wonky. The thumb is kind of like way more detailed than the rest of it. I think this is the same fucking problem we had last time. But the thumb is off. It feels like stylistically different than the other ones. There we go. I think that'll look alright. Yeah, that's kind of wonky, but so is the face, and it kind of brings in like how the like paintings on chapels and stuff are kind of wonky, like that like medieval kind of style, you know. I think it's kind of got that vibe to it. So the cool thing about working style first is you can get away with a lot more than people that are trying to be super accurate. I don't like how that food works. I think I might just let it go up in there, yeah. How's that? Yeah, that'll work. I do need to bring the sleeve up, though. And since we've used these lines to do shadows before, put them on the inside. Like the way that we did with the tree. We kind of used them to do shadows. And then the same thing here, where the cloth bends. Where it it bends, but it doesn't quite fold. Take kind of an Akatsuki style robe where the sleeves are just fucking absurdly long. And then let's drop the neckline of this thing way down too. So that looks kind of cool. It is super giving off like Nun Habit vibes. Cool. Their face is kind of like done with a lighter touch than the rest of it. I think I might make it a little bigger. little bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Soda break. Wow. Okay. I think I might do like this or something. I feel like there's not enough going on in there. It's fine. Move past it and come back. Oh, this is a little line that I missed though. Womp. There we go. Ah. Cool. That'll do it for now. Hand sketch. Womp. Just so that I know that I don't keep going back to it. Okay. Now let's do another face. Yay. Blech. Now we're gonna move into this devil person. The fact that this is taken on like a nun kind of vibe makes the fact that this is like a demon of some sort much more interesting. I think that this needs to be a little bit over. Yeah! Nope, come on, get rid of it. Okay. And then... oh, yeah. Boom. Bring this up and around. Drop an ear here. Then we can bring in the horns. Wah, wah. Oops. Dang it, I liked that one too. But I didn't end it right. Sort of spot where the flesh folds to make way for the horn. And I like to do these on devil horns. I'm putting this little wiggle in it because of this wiggle here. So it'll kind of fit. Okay, and then so these, I think, yeah, for this mohawk vibe. And we can pull that over and around. I think that looks fine. Yeah, okay, cool. It's funny, the devil demon creature is coming out way easier than the nun did. But it also seems like that's impacted by the fact that I did the nun thing first, which is very fucking relevant to my life, honestly. I've been very much trying to play the, like, goody two shoes kind of vibe. I would like to stop. I would like to be more punky, more sacrilege, more, you know, like, powerful and cool. I would like to, yeah, I'd like to be more powerful and cool, I think. Starting to do the video thing is kind of a part of that, I think. I like that. I like how that looks. Feels like parallel but opposite in a very interesting way. Okay. Now to do the body of this motherfucker. Let's do this on the hand sketch layer and get some basics down. And then I don't want them to do with their arms, because just having it down by the side I feel like doesn't maybe like in their pocket or something. Okay, so this is where the pocket would be. Actually, a little bit out, I think. Yeah, I think, honest to God, I'm just gonna fucking drop this here. Yeah. So what I'm doing there is I'm drawing, like, the shoulders, that T that I did earlier, or a cross with all the religious imagery. Just so I can get an idea of where their body's gonna be. And then, whoops, wrong layer. And then I can draw this here, now that I know where the body is. And drop some motherfucking cargo shorts on this bad boy. Okay. My sketches get kind of messy when they're all overlaid. But it works for me. So, you know, if it works, then it works. Okay. Okay. And then we'll grab the zipper here. And then the other pocket over here. Hello. Okay. How does that look? That does it well enough, I think. So. What you doing, Daisy? What's up? Go get her. Get her.
You should train her to start fighting people.
Just run people down. I'm like, nah.
Like, draw blood, you know? These cats are full of infections.
Daisy would.
Yeah.
Daisy's powerful. Brutal. She's a warrior.
Oh, yeah. She hides her strength to keep people safe.
Man, fucking tell that to my hand and my fucking face. Yeah, hiding shit. She's reserved.
Yeah, the poison damage, you're immune.
I'm immune.
Really get your little toes.
Then I'm gonna move into this cabinet up here, because that's just the most immediate thing from there. Oh, could you close the door? Close the door, Mama? No. My roommate came in to fuck with my cat. My cat's name is Daisy, and I love her dearly, but she is a menace. Okay, let's see how these turn out. Pop. Yeah, I like that. And we can just kind of imply that these are a little bit more detailed. Yeah, I like that. It reads pretty clearly, I feel like, as a cabinet. Oops. I don't want that cross over there. This ain't marble. Wah, 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 wah. Yonk. Because this is a fridge door, it's actually going to be a little bit separated still. I don't know if that's, like, going to be the same, like, as much as, like, a real one would be, but, you know, it's fine. It just implies that there's something there, and that will do. I don't really need people to be able to read that as a refrigerator. Let's drop it here and there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I feel like that, even if you can't read it as a fridge, it feels like the same kind of thing, you know? Okay, and then on this side, it's just boom. I'm actually going to bring this over a little ways, because I don't want this to go right down that same line there, because it'll, then it will read funny. Let's just fucking put a picture on the wall over here. Because of the, like, nun vibe over here, I'm thinking this should be, like, you know. Our boy. Yonk, yonk. Then we make him glow like Jesus always glows, you know. Creates an interesting parallel where, like, this has got the Jesus in the back, which this also kind of looks like a clock or something. And then they have, like, a kitchen in the background. It's kind of funny. Okay. Ha ha ha. Yonk. 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 Okay. And then get our guide back up. Yonk. There we go. I kind of like how that's working. I just need to finish this wall. I think I'm going to drop the counter. Okay, and then rock this here. And then I might do tile to kind of make it a little bit clearer what's going on in there. Okay. Let's do it in the hand sketch one, because that's cleaner right now. Okay. Let's do Hyonk. Yonk. 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 And I'll just leave that there because I'm going to do the tile the same way that I did the brick. Yonk. Yonk. Wow. Cha. 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 Yeah, there we go. And then we just make a bunch of horizontal lines. Oops, sorry, that was muffled. I keep muffling it with my hand, but we just make a bunch of horizontal lines. And that'll do that. And then I can cancel out the guide. That's loosely what it's going to look like, but like I said, I'm going to go in and draw each tile out. So it creates this kind of trippy effect that I like. And these ones, because they're even smaller, I have to worry even less about making them like perfect or whatever. Just needs to read right. So if I pull back and it doesn't look right, then I might do it again, but for now, make a lot of like kung fu noises whenever I'm drawing. When it feels really cool whenever you like pull a line right into place. Oh, earlier, I don't know if I said this, but when I started to talk to somebody else, my roommate. Oh yeah, I did say that. Meow. What's up, baby? What's up, Emma? Sweet kitty. My cat Daisy has no tail. The other day I was going to set her down, and I set her down a little too fast, and she was not able to balance herself, because she's got no tail. I was very worried, but she seems okay, so I'm allowed to laugh about it a little. Yeah, okay. And let's see how that works. Yeah. Oh, I like that. It kind of draws the perspective that we've got going with this into the room. Carries that sense of, like, its depth. Oops, did we do tiles over here? Okay. Yeah. It's the same effect that I do with my dungeon stuff. Makes everything kind of glowy. I think that might be the whole shebang. I think that's it for now. Yeah. I think I'm going to call this one Polite Conversation. Save as. Polite Conversation. And then I'm gonna... Oh, is it a fucking... Yeah. I'm gonna PNG-ify it. Yep. And I might save it... Yeah, I don't really need to save it as like a workable file anymore, because I'm done. And I'm not gonna come back to it. But... Ta-da! Ta-da! Whoops, I didn't even put color to it. Dunsky. But yeah, that's how I do it. Some things that I really like about this one. I really like how there's like a... I feel like this cat to nun to this picture in the background draws a really clear, like, motion line, sort of here. I think that's fun. It kind of mirrors this bend in the tree. And then the tree also kind of and does this, which I feel like the overall composition kind of does as well, which is cool. I like these little faces that we found in here. I like this little worm too. I'm very happy with that as a little touch. The fact that this turned into like a religious piece is interesting. I really like how I did how the faces came out. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of practice with like human faces. I draw a bunch of goblins and stuff, but these are pretty good for how little practice I've got with them, you know. I feel like they read, which is all you can really ask for when you're, you know, trying something that you don't really do a lot. And as far as things that I would want to do a little differently next time, it's literally just like I need more practice with faces. I need more practice with hands. Like, human anatomy is just so fucking tricky. But like I said, I don't have a whole lot of practice with it, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So, ching! Here's the finish. Do I still have the guides on? I don't think I do. Okay, yeah. So, this is a finished piece. Thank y'all for watching, if you watched. Yeah, I'll see you next time if I do this again. Bye.